Can you build impressive strength and muscle with just your own body weight? Yes, but, and there's always a but, you have to know two things most people don't know: the best exercises to get the job done, and how to make those exercises harder over time so that your gains never stop. Today I will share with you the 10 best bodyweight exercises for hockey players. 4 upper body, 3 lower body, and 3 abdominal exercises you can use to build tremendous strength with minimal equipment. And most importantly, I show you how to progress them beyond just your body weight so that you can get bigger and stronger for years. Here we go. Kicking things off at number 10, the ab wheel. Classic exercise, everyone knows this, but not everyone can do full controlled reps with good form. Your nose should almost touch the ground at the bottom while your lower back stays neutral. No overarching your back, which is what I see 9 out of 10 guys at the gym do. Once regular reps become too easy, wear a weight vest, use a resistance band, or if you feel adventurous enough, try standing reps. Just remember, those can beat up your shoulders. Ask me how I know. Unless you have great shoulder mobility, you're better off keeping your knees on the floor. Quads are a body part that's notoriously hard to grow with calisthenics. If you think about it, all the best quad exercises are loaded: squats, split squats, lunges. You could do sissy squats, an old school bodyweight bodybuilding exercise, but let's go with a single leg movement since we're athletes: skater squats. Holding the arms out in front provides a counterbalance, making it easier. I realize not everyone can do these off the bat, so if that's you, then regress the movement by holding onto a pair of gymnastics rings or a TRX to help you with balance, timing, and reaching full depth. To progress skater squats, any combination of dumbbells and weight vests works fine. Next up, another ab exercise, the Dragonflag, made famous by Sylvester Stallone in Rocky.
No pain.
Before that, a favorite of Bruce Lee. Incredibly hard to do correctly. The first time I tried these at a Bar Stars calisthenics seminar a decade ago, I wasn't ready. So on the second or third rep, my abdominal muscle tore. It felt like somebody stabbed me in the stomach. The pain was horrible. For the next couple of days, it wasn't even the full movement with straight legs, but a regressed variation with the legs tucked. Eventually, I built up to full reps, but it took some time. The point being, take it slow with Dragonflags. Don't attempt the full version right out of the gate when you most likely are not ready for it. Another muscle group that's difficult to target with bodyweight movements is the mid-upper back. The whole upper back area is so weak in the hockey population, but the muscles surrounding the shoulder blades are non-existent. For that, you'll want to do inverted rows. It also hits the rear delts and lats as a nice bonus. Your best bet is to do these on rings or TRX instead of a bar because they allow the shoulder to move naturally. Use a full range of motion, which means arms straight at the bottom with the shoulder blades protracted, meaning open, and thumb touching your chest at the top with the shoulder blades retracted, aka squeezed together. How you progress and regress inverted rows is simple. Adjust the height of the rings. The higher up the rings are, the more upright your position, the easier it is. And the closer the rings are to the ground, the more horizontal your body will be, which makes it harder. After that, you can raise your feet on a box so that you're at a decline with your head below your feet, which is the hardest position. Next step is to use plates or a weight vest to externally overload the movement. Coming in at number 6, an effective hamstring strengthener, slider leg curls. Regular reps will pose plenty of challenge for most athletes, so don't try to rush your progress. The key is to lower under control and keep your hips up while keeping your ribs down. Many athletes compensate for the lack of hamstring strength by hyperextending the lower back. I don't want to see your ribs poking through your t-shirt. Squeeze your glutes, keep your abs tight. Once bodyweight reps no longer challenge you, loop a resistance band around your ankles or switch to single leg reps. At number 5, we have a basic gymnastics exercise I never see done in hockey training programs, the L-sit. Probably because it's hard. Guys are too weak to do them correctly, and they don't know how to regress it to an easier variation that they can do. Here's a fun fact for you. Out of the hundreds of hockey players I've trained, only 2 athletes could do these on rings up to my standards for 15 seconds. Unsurprisingly, both were in the top 10 athletes I've ever worked with and went on to sign NHL contracts. Philip Lindbergh of the Pittsburgh Penguins and Arne Talvitie of the New Jersey Devils. In the L-sit, your feet should be straight, with the ankles at hip level or slightly above. When your feet drop below your hip, that's the end of the set. Don't try to cheat. Next, we have an exercise you knew 100% was gonna be included on this list, the push-up. The most basic bodyweight movement you can think of. probably the first exercise any young athlete gets introduced to. A lot of people scoff at push-ups because they are too easy. First of all, when you do them with textbook technique over a full range of motion, instead of flaring your elbows, dropping your head, letting your hips sag, and cutting reps short, they are no longer easy. And over time, you should progress to more difficult variations, such as parallel or ring push-ups, where the range of motion and stability demands are higher. Ring push-ups are my favorite, incredible chest pumps, and so much more fun than regular push-ups on the floor. As a side note, just look at male gymnasts and their upper bodies for an idea of what ring training can do to your physique. Then we get to our podium finishers. At number 3, dips, which used to be a staple upper bodybuilder back in the day. Somewhere along the way, they fell out of fashion. Probably because trainers thought they are too hard, rip the shoulders apart, and are not sport-specific enough. There is some truth to dips being harsh on your shoulders, but that's only because a lot of people use bad technique where they let their shoulder roll forward, which predisposes you to injury. You gotta learn how to pack the shoulder and keep it in place as you go down and up. I've gone pretty heavy on weighted dips and can tell you, with good technique, you got nothing to worry about. It's a fantastic exercise for chest and triceps development more athletes should be doing. Progression is as simple as adding more plates or playing around with lifting tempo, using slow eccentrics and isometric holds at the bottom. Our runner-up is the glute ham raise. It's funny to think, another movement on this list that gets overlooked by most hockey players and coaches. Nobody does these. What is it with these guys who fill their bodyweight workouts with endless burpees, box jumps, and crunches, but fail to use exercises that actually do something for your physique and performance? Makes me wonder. Anyway, for developing strong hamstrings, you'll have a hard time finding a better movement than GHRs. The only downside is you need a special piece of equipment, a Glute Ham developer, which most gyms don't have. And by the way, this station wasn't designed for sit-ups originally like you see them do in CrossFit. What makes the Glute Ham raise one of my favorites is the versatility. Bodyweight reps are the entry point, and for most athletes, tough enough from day one. Once you master those, you can make things harder with external resistance, meaning weights or bands, or by adding in pauses during different parts of the movement. All of these are effective ways to amp up the difficulty as you build hamstrings of steel. The king of bodyweight training for athletes is the weighted chin-up. Once again, I gotta say, few hockey athletes do chin-ups weighted. Everyone does bodyweight reps, but outside of my own athletes and YouTube, I've never seen guys hang plates off their waist as they pull their body up. I don't get it. How hard is it to buy a chin-up belt off Amazon for 30 or 50 bucks and start grinding? You've heard me tout the benefits of weighted chins countless times on this channel for a good reason. It's the barbell squat for the upper body. A demanding multi-joint exercise that gets you strong and builds solid muscle. Everything you want in a strength exercise. When I think back to my best athletes over the years, the strongest and fastest guys, they all had well above average pulling strength. A single at 100 pounds minimum, 110, 120 pounds, even better. There you go, my top 10 bodyweight exercises for hockey players. If you're wondering how to use these exercises and other lifts in your training routine to get bigger and stronger, I've got a full NHL workout waiting for you right here. Watch it now.